Strengthening your core could change everything? It's true. Having a strong core is more than just having strong abs. It's also about having a good upright posture, improving athletic performance, and most importantly, improving how you move in everyday life. I'm going to show you the why and how having a strong core is vital for every human, and leave you with some key takeaways that you can implement today. Let's get one thing straight. The core is more than just your abs. It's a series of muscles that wrap all the way around your body, the front, sides, and back of your body, that connect your spine, the pelvis, as well as your arms and legs to each other. That makes the core the central hub that powers everything in your body. When your core is strong, everything from balance to strength gets a massive upgrade. A weak core, that's when we start seeing compensations in movement, which leads to back pain, decreased balance, and even decreased performance in the workouts that you're spending time on. The best part, having a strong core not only helps you look good, but it's also functional, meaning it helps every movement be easier, more fluid, and less painful. Posture. It's something we don't think enough about, but it's the number one sign of core strength, or lack thereof. So if you're someone that's sitting at the desk with rounded shoulders, or walking around habitually with rounded shoulders, or maybe even experiencing neck or back pain, then the culprit is probably a weak core. But there is good news, is that strengthening the core will help you to achieve that more upright posture, as well as being able to hold that posture for a longer duration, which means you're going to be able to sit at that desk or go for those walks and not have that breakdown. Because remember, the core wraps all the way around us and is what stabilizes the spine. So when we want that upright spine, we've got to keep all of those core muscles nice and strong. So now that you're convinced that you need to add a core workout, the key is, what do you do? And that's what I'm about to show you. So when we strengthen the core, we've got to think about the front of the body, the side of the body, and the back of the body. So in this little circuit, you're going to be able to get all of that nice and strong. Okay. So we're going to start in this position. We're going to lift the body up so it's in a plank. From here, I'm going to go into side plank, front plank, side plank, and then back into this position. And it's going to be one circuit. Here we go. Back pain, it's one of the things that I hear the most complaints about, and it's the most preventable. But the thing is that there's this huge misconception out there for what a strong core and back pain, how they correlate. So when we think of core strength, oftentimes we're going to be thinking about crunches and sit-ups, but that's going to strengthen one of the superficial abdominal muscles, but that muscle only runs on the front of our body. It doesn't actually connect to our spine. So if having a strong core equals less back pain, how can this be true? Well, there's another core muscle that's called your transverse abdominis, and that sits deep to those superficial abdominals. So that muscle comes all the way around and connects to our spine and actually gives us true spinal stability. So the way to activate that muscle is by pulling your belly button towards your spine and just flattening your stomach. And then how we strengthen that is just challenging your ability to keep that engaged. So think planks, side planks, things like that. That allows you to keep that corset on to keep the spine nice and strong and nice and stable. It's not that doing crunches and sit-ups are bad, it's just not going to give you the spine strength that you're looking for. Now for the good stuff. For all my athletes and gym goers, the number one thing that you can do to improve performance is to add a core routine to your week. So let me show you why. All of our extremities, legs and arms, exit off of the core, which makes the core our foundation. So I can think of it the same way as what I'm standing on is my foundation. So if I want to be able to lift weights and I have a foundation that's squishy and not very firm, or I can lift weights and have a foundation that's nice and strong. So here's what it looks like. So this would be my weak core. So it's kind of squishy. I'm a little bit all over the place, which is why my posture's not as good. And if I want to do some sort of push, I'm really not quite as stable and I'm going to struggle a lot more. And I'm not going to be able to do as much force output or as much weight. Now, if I make my foundation nice and firm and nice and strong by having that solid core, then I'm going to go ahead and I can lift more weight. I'm more confident as I do that weight, which is how my athletic performance or my gym performance improves just by adding some core workouts to your week. Now, if you're over 40, I've got something important to tell you. As we age, losing muscle mass is something that can happen. That leads to consequences such as back pain, less mobility, and just a harder time being able to keep up and do what you want to be able to do. The good news is that it's never too late to start building strength. If we want to prevent degenerative changes, especially in our joints and in our spine, then keeping the muscles that surround those joints nice and strong will help them from breaking down faster. So this helps to prevent those arthritic changes, spinal stenosis, degenerative disc disease, all of these things that we've heard of and we're like, I don't want that. Then just doing some basic stability exercises like the one I showed you earlier in this video will be hugely important for preventing these breakdowns, which the good news is that you can start today. If you like this video and you want more support in keeping your core strong, I've got an app that I've built that will help you whether you have that weak core and you want it stronger or if it's strong and you want to get it even better. Check it out in the description below.